I made and lost some notes for a video that I didn't make to thouartthat, and yeah, so that's that. That's lost. But I do remember one point that I wanted to make to him that I would try to make, as far as I can remember, and I could have my wires crossed a little bit, but as I remember, uh, he was. Um, I might as well talk in third person since I'm describing something to him and I don't quite remember. But I think he was saying that there was something about my philosophy, my approach to this in metaphysics, that's dismissive and of speculative philosophies. That somehow I am categorizing speculative, maybe not dismissively, but that I'm categorizing them as some sort of useless or empty thing. And that's not the case, because I believe that what I'm really saying is that all philosophy comes from a human brain. It takes material to make a brain, to think. There's no pure reason. It's all coming from our brain. And if we do mental exercises where we go back down to a void, okay, we're on the holodeck when it's turned off and it's all black, or not even turned off, but turned to black, turned to void setting, that we still have a human brain, and anything we would reason is coming from that. It's all an organic, evolutionary process. So I don't believe it's possible to make a truly metaphysical statement, you see. I don't believe that's possible. I think that when people do that, often they're trying to say there's no real-world reason. They're trying to argue that way that they're above bias, where real world means bias and mess and dirt and imperfection. And they're trying to avoid that. They're trying to say, you don't have to question this. This is true just by itself and self-caused, or whatever reason not to be questioned. Okay, and that's a part of my philosophy, is I'm always going to question something, and which probably motivates me to look to perceptions, because I don't know any other final tool to judge something. Since I don't see a pure reason, I see it all as coming from us. But anyway, as a result, I'm pretty tolerant of speculative philosophies, because I think they always come from a tangible source. It's just like somebody thought up a unicorn. Well, where did that come from? That's out of nowhere, except for it's like from a horse, and animals have horns. Monsters always have fangs that you can find out there in nature, or at least a modification of something you'd find in nature. There's reference points for these things, for imaginary and creativity and imaginary creatures. And so no matter what they say, there's a source. And if it looks like there isn't one, then, well, there still is. And, if nothing else, there's a psychological reason. And often there might be a practical reason. I think math is a kind of thing made of theoretically a priori truths and tautologies. Why do we use it? What motivates it? It's useful. It came out of trying to reason about space and numbers, and it's useful, and it's been developed in reaction to that. That's why we have calculus. The pure math reasoning did not go in that direction until finally, this works better with reality. So we invent a new math, a new branch of math. And so, there's always some explanation, some reason. And as I say, if nothing else, a psychological reason of why that particular person believed that particular philosophy or advocated it or thought it up. There's always a question of, well, where did it come from? And if it seems like it's just wholly original, no, it's probably has, sources in that fed into it, information, that person's experiences. The whole set of it, at the most, their idea could take the whole set of everything leading up to them uttering it. But it probably could be identified with a subset as well. So, cheers.